Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our end of day report. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to hold you. All right. So the first chart that will be before you is the Bitcoin futures. All right. And as you can see here, we're still in a long-term bear market and we're in an intermediate term bull market with back and forth coming in and out of a neutralization process. So the market is still consolidated heavily within the Kumo cloud. No clear direction has been set. So there's not a whole lot going on here. What we do have a bullish bias within the Kumo cloud. So that's what we're working with. We're waiting to see if the market's going to break out or is it going to break down. Is the long-term trend going to reclaim the price action and prices fall outside of the Kumo cloud to the downside? Or the intermediate trend reclaim the price action and have the market explode higher between Thursday night and over the weekend. So we will see. You got a bullish trend momentum reading, which means you're still in a buy the pullback, buy the dip mode. So that's what we're going to expect for the market to do. All right, next chart we got here is silver. Silver is still wide open, bullish on all three indicators, long-term, intermediate, and trend momentum readings. You're still in the buy the pullback, buy the dip mode, very wide Kumo cloud. But once the market explodes outside of this Kumo cloud, it should run aggressively because this market is very bullish at this point in time. Next up is Nat Gas. Nat Gas is still twisting in the wind. You got a long-term bull chart, intermediate term bull chart. Bearish chart with the bullish trend momentum reading. So the market's trying to do a little something, something. It is trying. It just has been struggling and just can't catch a break. So we'll see what happens. 250, top of the Kumo cloud, is the resistance right now. So you got a bullish trend momentum reading. So that should be able to get enough energy to get this market to break out. It just hasn't done it yet. Next up is the Dow. The Dow, as you can see here, is in a long-term bull market and an intermediate term bull market. But we have a bearish trend momentum reading. Now, the price action managed to break outside of the Kumo cloud, which is a bullish thing, but you're still in a sell the rally mode, which is something to think about. You are still in sell the rally mode. It seems like every time this market wants to break out, there's always something else going on to bring it back into alignment. So I don't know. We're gonna watch this one and see how wide open it can be as far as a top side run. But we've been here before. Excuse me, and that's just it. We have been here before. It's not like this is a the first time getting upside north of the Kumo cloud. Every time it's been getting north of the Kumo cloud, it has really, really struggled. So now the question is this time going to be any different? Is it going to be different? And I must tell you, at this point, I don't know. Um, there are a lot of factors that should suggest that the market should be able to do it, but it's just not looking like it has the wherewithal to do it. So we're going to watch it and we'll see what happens, but it is struggling. It is struggling right now. And the longer it stays like this, the worse it's going to get for this market. And when it does break down, it's going to keep falling. But for now, this bearish trend momentum reading is still there. We're going to watch out and see if this rally is sold, or is the market going to make an attempt at a wide open run? Because now you're bullish long term, bullish intermediate term now, which is a strong plus for the Dow. So technically it has everything it needs to rally. Just for some odd reason, it hasn't really been doing that. Every time it tries to, it gets knocked down because you got a bearish trend momentum reading. So it's just a wild chart. I don't think I've ever seen a Dow chart like this one before, where you haven't gone anywhere since December of last year. You're still at the same price you were in December. So had you walked away from the market in December and came back and was like, oh my goodness, what did I miss? The price action is identical as to when you left. It has not moved at all. And that's a little disheartening. So we'll see what's going to happen. But the indices are really all over the place right now. Some bullish, some bearish. It's just crazy right now. Looking at the NASDAQ 100, the long term is bearish and the intermediate term is bullish with the bullish trend momentum reading. See what I'm saying? And then it went to bearish trend momentum reading. So this thing is just all over the place. You got a bearish trend momentum reading now, which is in a sell the rally mode, but you're still intermediate term bullish. So you're having a lot of problems at the current price levels. And this is usually when the market is forming a top. You had this crash alert. You got just a smidgen of downside production before the market turned. But it's still under pressure. But technically speaking, it should be able to continue to explode higher. So the markets are twisted up right now. They're really twisted up here at these levels. Next up is gold. Gold is in a long-term bull market and an intermediate-term bull market with a bearish trend momentum reading. The bearish trend momentum reading is really jamming up a lot of these securities and keeping them consolidated, whether it be inside the Kumo cloud or outside the cloud. The price actions are heavily consolidated. Markets are not trending at the moment, and they have very wide Kumo clouds. So just sideways consolidation, more of the same. Here is the S&P 500. Now you've been hearing them in the mainstream media saying, oh, the S&P is now in a bull market. Technically speaking, it's in a bull market. Well, according to the algo charts, the long-term trend was bearish, and it did cross over to a bullish from the long-term time frame. The intermediate-term time frame also crossed over bullish, but that was weeks ago, and you're still there. You're still there, and you have a bullish trend momentum reading as well. So according to the algo charts, yeah, it's been in this position for a minute, and it's trying to trend. It's been consolidating topside the Kumo cloud also. And every time it takes another leg higher, it retreats back and consolidates even more. It's not acting like a really powerful bull market. Look how long this thing consolidated from the top of the cloud. From here into here, your price action went nowhere. It just dipped and then came back, but it went nowhere for a long time. Then all of a sudden, now you're breaking out of the long-term consolidation. So there's just a lot going on, and the markets are really struggling to choose a direction. Now you got an S&P now that's neutralized for Friday's trading with a negative bot check yesterday and a crash alert the day before. Market doesn't know what it wants to do right now. It just does not know what it wants to do. Taking a look here at crude oil. Crude oil has a long-term bull market, intermediate-term bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading and a neutralize. So it's gone back to neutralize again. The market just cannot get out of its own way, and it's consolidating up here at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So there's an invisible force keeping the price elevated and not allowing it to drop further, knowing eventually it has to come down here and take out this bearish pointer. The market doesn't have a choice. It's going to happen, but they're just really letting it take a long time to do it, which means when it does come down here, this is going to be resistance. The spike low bearish pointer is going to become resistance, which means you're looking at the possibility of $30 and $40 oil coming down the road. I know it doesn't make sense. Looking at the Russell's long-term bear market, intermediate term bear market, which we call a locked-in bear market, and it has a bullish trend momentum reading, and it's took a long time to get above the 800, then the 850, and it almost broke above the 1900 today, but it got up here and retreated. It got up to the 1900 and on the futures and retreated, just shy, just a tick below taking out the 1900. It could do. I'm sorry, make it 2 ticks. We hit 1899.8. So just 2 ticks shy of taking out the 1900, and then the market fell. So the way the markets are behaving, and then it goes neutralized for Friday's trading. For Thursday night into Friday, you're neutralized. So the markets don't know what they want to do with themselves. They are struggling right now to find footing, to figure out what it wants to do. So I see your question, Ben. Ben says, can gold head lower while at the same time silver head higher in the short term? Absolutely. Absolutely. Markets that normally move together can decouple for a while. Absolutely. They can diverge. It's happened numerous times before. Remember 2007 when all the stock indices were hitting new contract all-time highs, but the NASDAQ was not. The NASDAQ hadn't even recovered from the tech bubble burst in 2000, while the other markets had exploded beyond their highs from 2000. So yeah, it can happen. And it can happen for and go on for some time. We've seen it before. We have precedents for it. So yeah, it can definitely happen. And we're seeing it here. We're seeing it in the stock indices. They're all over the place and nowhere at all. Now here's the dollar. The dollar's long-term bull, intermediate term bear, and a bullish trend momentum reading. Again, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It had everything going for it, and then it started consolidating. Now you got resistance at the 104 level, keeping the market from breaking above 105. But because of the bullish trend momentum reading, every pullback and dip that comes now above the Kumo cloud is going to be bid back up to keep prices elevated above the Kumo cloud until this turns red. And I don't think that's going to happen at this time. I think the dollar will strengthen and will go higher. Next up is Ethereum futures, long-term bear market, intermediate term bull market with a bullish trend momentum reading consolidating within the Kumo cloud. Once it can get topside the cloud and get consecutive closes above 1950, this market will be ready to run and take out the all-time highs. So this market is in a good position to do that too. So you do have some possibilities here in the works. You just got to be patient and let the trades develop, let the markets do what they're going to do. And sometimes you may have to ride out your positions while the market is building to move in your direction. And that happens sometimes too, where the signals will get you in nice and early. So when the explosion comes, the market takes you with it. All right, so this is RGTI, and this is on the NASDAQ, and you can see the market exploded higher today. And you're above the Kumo cloud, so that's a bullish sign, and you got a bullish trend momentum reading. So this one is bullish at this time. So this is a nice little move higher. Nice chart. So bullish. All right, next up, you wanted to see MGRX. Let's see. MGRX, also on the NASDAQ market. And let's see what we got on this one. All right, a lot of these are new securities, not a lot of data, so it doesn't meet the criteria of the algo charts, but I'll give you what I got. All right, so this one has a rally alert for it for tomorrow's trading. All right, looks like this one's trying to break out, and you have a bullish pointer. So this bullish pointer will be taken out at some point, along with this one here from April the 21st. All right, so those are bullish. This is a bullish security for you. All right, and then the next one is KURA, also on the NASDAQ market, on the NASDAQ exchange. And let's see. All right, so this one's in a long-term bear market, intermediate term bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading. We call this market locked in. This is a powerful bear market. You did have a bear market rally off of the 52-week lows back here, but this is a sell the rally mode market. That bullish trend momentum reading has come off now. You've turned back bearish. This market is setting itself up to fall. So this is bearish. This one definitely bearish. All right, the next one here is EFTR. Let's see, EFTR, Effector Therapeutics. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this security doesn't have enough data to meet the qualifications of the system, but I'll give you what I have. Okay, this one's also in a long-term bear market, intermediate term bear market with a new bearish trend momentum reading and a crash alert for tomorrow's trading. So this one is looking to head lower. All right, looking to head lower. All right, hold on one second. All right, I am back. All right, I gotta wrap this up. Let's see here. GMDA. All right, this is also on the NASDAQ. All right, let's see what we got. All right, this one is long-term bull market, intermediate term. I'm sorry, long-term bear market, intermediate term bear market, and you got a bearish trend momentum reading. So this one is a sell. This isn't a sell the rally mode type of a market. Looks like the target is back down to the buck 40, which equals the top of the Kumo cloud. So this one is bearish. All right, and let's see. Avro, AVRO. Let's see. AVRO. This is Avrable, or however you say it. This was also on the NASDAQ. All right, so this one is a long-term bearish bear market, intermediate term bear market, and now you have a bullish trend momentum reading. Price action stopped short of closing outside of the Kumo cloud, but now this one is bullish. You had a rally alert here and here, didn't get any upside production today, but this is day one, and these alerts can lead the market 3 to 5 days out. So I think the market's about to make a run at this bullish pointer from May the 22nd. All right. What the market did after it gapped up on this bar, the market pulled back and closed the gap. So it's going to make a run up here. As long as this stays green, this bullish trend momentum reading stays bullish, the market's going to take a run at the bullish pointer, and it's going to take that out. All right, eventually. So that's what's in play right now. Bear market rally for that security. All right, next is BSGM. Okay, BSGM. Also on the NASDAQ. And let's see what we got. All right, so this one is long-term bear, intermediate term bullish, and you have a bearish trend momentum reading and a crash alert for tomorrow's trading. So looks like if this one falls outside of the Kumo cloud, and if 115 support doesn't hold, your next support is at 113. All right. So if the 113 doesn't hold, then your next support after that is 109. So you got to hold the 109, or this crash alert will take prices well below that. And if that 109 doesn't hold, then this one's going to fall and keep on falling until you probably hit a new weekly low. And then after that, who knows? So definitely this one is in a free fall status pending if it closes outside of this Kumo cloud on tomorrow's trading. So definitely bearish outlook with that crash alert. All right. And then the last one, and then we'll wrap it up, is RAIN, RAIN, also on the NASDAQ, RAIN Oncology. All right. And let's see what we got on this one. All right. So this one doesn't meet the criteria of the algos, but I'll tell you what I do have. Let's see. All right. So long-term bearish, intermediate term bearish, and you have a bullish trend momentum reading. So what has happened is after this market hit new fresh 52-week lows, it did it on a gap down, a huge gap down. All right, from May the 19th close. And then you got a crash alert, and the market did head lower, hitting new 52-week lows. And since then, on May 31st, you had a rally alert. A piece of good news for you is on June the 2nd, you got a positive bot check, which means that an explosive upward surge is coming. It's imminent. All right. So be ready for this bot check. It's going to play out in the near future. All right. So you got a bullish outlook. And that's just because the market's going to close this gap. So it'll either get up to about the $4 mark, or maybe back up to the $6 mark, which is where the resistance is. So that's just something to think about. All right. So in this very short term, this one has a bullishness to it because of the bullish trend momentum reading. The market's going to be in the buy to pullback by the dip mode, which means that this is going to play out within the next few days or so. All right. All right. So that's all I got time for today. Hopefully everyone had a profitable, prosperous week. And hopefully everyone's going to have a good weekend and get some rest and relaxation and all that good stuff. And just remember, patience is the key. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Peace.